Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts, and I do hope that you can join me for this video. It's week 12 on Margarete Millers Collage Planner 2024, and as I say, we're on week 12. So I won't waste time because time's precious, and it's quite late here in Wales. It's pitch black outside and it must be around midnight, and I've been busy working all day on different projects, so I've had a full day really. So we'll look at the prompts for this week, and excuse my hands because they might all be inky from you know, putting ink around the projects and things today, so do forgive me for that, and my fingers are all covered in glue as well. So yes, the first prompt then, going to Margarete Millers collage prompts. The first one is a tool commonly found in a garden. The second one is a piece of a postcard. The third one is a fragrant item from your surroundings. The fourth one is paper that has a stain on it or it is stained. The next one is something you could give as a gift. And then the bonus for this week is a musical instrument. So I'll just put those out the way, and I'll leave them to one side, and you might be able to take a screenshot of them. There, I shall just check. Yep. So this is my background, and I got the idea from this sorry, I'll get my teeth put back in. This is my background page, and I got this idea from Carol over at Oak House Journals, and she's been doing Margarete Miller collage planners challenges for a number of years now, three years I think, and the first year she actually filled the Margarete Millers planner, but then last year she actually built her own journal from it. So I asked her for the measurements of the page, and she gave me kindly gave me the dimensions. And what she does is she works with a pencil border and then rubs it out afterwards. So it just gives us some boundaries for when for where she's going, going to do her design. So I'm going to follow in her footsteps, because what Carol does is absolutely amazing, and her work is always very inspiring. So I do encourage you to hop along to Oak House Journals, Carol over at Oak House Journals, to her YouTube, and have a look and see what she's actually produced, and it's great. So what I've done is I did try, and I've got a few vintage postcards, but most of them are black and white and weren't really suitable for the what I wanted for this project. So I've actually downloaded one, and it's been in my stash for a long time, so I don't know where I actually got it from, in case some of you ask. But it is on the World Wide Web, and so this is the postcard. So it is actually a a printed piece of ephemera really. And I've had a go at doing a rough draft of the layout that I want, and I quite like that there was a red stamp in there. And so what I did, this was the piece that I picked first, and I've tried to do the theme around this postcard. You'll have to excuse me, but I've got a little Cocker Spaniel puppy who's decided to wake up. He's 6 months old, and he's actually jumped onto the chair next to me and is having a good sniff around to see what I'm doing. So do forgive me if you hear lots of sniffs, and he might even try to get up on the table, but I will discourage him from doing that. And then one of the other prompts was paper that has a stain on it or is stained. And what I've done, I've got a doily here that I actually coffee stained, so it does smell of coffee, and it's been in my oven, so drying off, so it is a bit crinkly and a bit crispy. So what I thought I'd do was thought I'd pop that under there for the time being to make that my focal point, really. And then the next prompt was a fragrant item from your surroundings. Now, we like fruit in our household, and we get all sorts of oranges and lemons and limes, quite partial to citrus fruits. Bananas, we eat most days we have a banana, and apples, we've got an African grey parrot, so our fruit bowls are always full, because obviously, you know, our bird eats a lot of fruit as well, especially grapes and things like that. So yeah, there's always a bowl of fruit in our on the go in our kitchen. So because I like the red stamp here, I thought about blood oranges, and when they're in season, they are really nice. We are partial to having a blood orange. So what I thought I'd do is download a picture of a few, and I thought I'd pop that in that corner, and I'm quite liking how that's looking at the moment. The next item is a tool commonly found in a garden, and I did look at using this little image here, which I've downloaded off the internet, and it's a set of trowels with a little hand fork, but I also, because I wanted to keep the red in the theme, I then downloaded an image of a wheelbarrow. So I thought I would stick that on the end there. Because if you look at that I quite like the way that sort of flows around the bottom, whereas although I don't dislike the garden forks, I tried them up at the top and I didn't like the way it hung over the page. I tried it elsewhere. I thought that was the most appropriate place for them, but in comparison with the red wheelbarrow, I preferred that. And then the next item was something that you could give as a gift. And my husband, when we first, just not long after we got married, actually, he actually gave me a ruby ring as a gift. So I thought that was why this sort of sprung to mind, and I was thinking of either putting it on the top of there, but it hung off the page a little bit. I could actually bring it a bit lower down, but I wasn't keen on that, so take that back up there. And then I did think of just popping it along this line, halfway along the postcard, because there is a shadow underneath the ring there, or I could actually bring it a little way, half off and on maybe, which I don't dislike that. But the musical instrument, bonus musical instrument, I've got a story about this. It's I love saxophone music, and especially Baker Street, the song that's, you know, a musical played by the saxophone. And so I've downloaded a saxophone, and I picked a red one because of the red fruit and the red wheelbarrow, and I quite like that, how it goes there. So I'm going to stick with that. And then it's just finding somewhere for this ring to go now then. I've set myself a quandary. But the story I was going to tell you about the saxophone as well was ever since I've known my husband, he's always said to me, I fancy learning how to play the saxophone. And we could never really afford to buy a new saxophone. And it's one of them things that other things, you know, take precedent, and never got round to buying him one, because I promised that I would get him one day. And so 2 years ago for Christmas, I decided that I was going to get him this saxophone. We're both retired now. He's got plenty of time now to learn how to play an instrument. He is quite musical. He does play on the guitar very, very occasionally. And so I thought, well, I'll treat him and buy him this lovely saxophone. So I went online, and there's all different colours. You can have them in antique colours, you can have them in shiny silver colours, you know, gold colours. Anyway, I picked out this saxophone, and it got delivered, and I thought, well, I ordered it before Christmas, and I thought, well, what do I do now? Because I wanted to make sure that he was happy, you know, he would be happy with it. And obviously you can only send them back within so many days of purchase. So I sort of said to him, look, I'm in a quandary now. I says, I've ordered you a gift for Christmas. And I says, but obviously because of Christmas and postage, etc., if you don't like it, or, you know, I'll need to send it back. So I said to him, you know, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to not tell you what it is and take potluck, or do you want to have a look, and then if you're happy with it, keep it? If not, we'll send it back. And he opened it up and everything, and he said it's lovely, and it's fantastic that you bought me this saxophone. But he said, there's no way that I could learn how to play this now. He says, I'm too old. And so I was absolutely gutted. And I said to him, well, think about it overnight or the next couple of days. And I says, you've got you've got loads of time. I says, and you're quite musical. I says, you'd easily pick it up, I'm sure. But sadly, no, I couldn't persuade him. And this lovely saxophone got returned. So all my dreams of having him play Baker Street to me one day on the saxophone, they've all gone out the window. They've all gone out the window, I'm afraid. So there we are. But he felt awful, you know, because he felt as though he was being ungrateful. But he says, I'm not being ungrateful. I'm just being realistic that, you know, my brain, it'll be too difficult for me to retain everything now, you know, because we're both getting older and a bit more doddery, etc. So that was that. So I think I'm quite happy with that. With that collage there. I don't know about you. I might have to just get rid of the shadow underneath that ring. Just give a bit of ink in there, a little bit, and just see. You'll have to excuse me as well. I've got a bit of a husky voice. I'm still with, my husband and I, we've had this, I don't know where you live, but in the UK, there's such a thing as a 100-day cough going round. And I started with this cough the first week of December. And it's never really left, although I'm not coughing as much, but I'm wheezing still. And, by the end of the day, my voice gives up the ghost. Yeah, I don't know what it is. There's some funny things, all these viruses and bacteria, etc. Coughs and colds. And obviously there's COVID as well. So I hope that you like this collage. I'm quite happy with quite happy with this one. So I think we'll glue it down, and then we'll go over the prompts again. I'm trying to get myself into a routine, really, of doing some more videos and gradually, building up my confidence, because all this is new to me, really. I mean, I've been a crafter all my life, but I've tried all different things, cross stitch and knitting. Started off with knitting. My mum taught me how to knit, and during my I was a nurse when I was working, and registered nurse, and always like handicrafts and things like that. So I used to do lots of cross stitch, needlework and things, and just in the evenings on long winter nights, and then I went to night class and I did bobbin lace, started doing that, and quite enjoyed that. I've done card making and paper craft, and pergamano, which is lovely as well, where you're piercing designs onto vellum paper. Just straighten that up a little bit. So there we go. I think we'll pop this on next. So yeah, I've always been a crafter. I dabbled at doing watercolours for a while, but I'm not very good at that. I was good, fairly good at drawing in school, but when it comes to oil paints and things like that, no, it's not my forte, I'm afraid. I've had a go at pottery, clay pottery, just as a day thing. We've done glass. My husband and I got gifted a session at working with glass, and that was amazing. Thoroughly enjoyed that. And my husband, he's really good at art. He does watercolour and paints people's portraits and things. So yeah, both of us are quite into our handicrafts and things. So it's only recently, the past maybe 4 years, that I got involved with journal making, and I love it. I absolutely love it, because you can be so creative, let your creative juices flow, and there's so many different styles of journals out there, and you can just oh no, I don't know, where was I going to put that? I think it was on there, wasn't it? Or was it halfway? There we go. Oh, I don't know where I was going to put that now. Wish I could hear you saying that looks okay or not okay before it sticks down. No, I think that's where I was going to put it. Too late now anyway. But I don't think it looks too bad there. There we go. So excuse me. I'm trying to put the lid on my glue. So as a recap then, we've got a tool commonly found in the garden, which I've put the wheelbarrow there. A piece of a postcard. Well, I've actually included the whole postcard there, but it does say only a piece, but some of it is hidden, so you've got the 3/4 of the postcard. A fragrant item from your surroundings. Well, that's my fruit. Paper that has a stain on it or is stained. That's the lace doily behind. Something you could give as a gift. Well, my husband gifted me a ruby ring. And then the bonus was a musical instrument, which is my saxophone there. So please leave me a comment to let me know, let me know if I'm on the right track, for those of you who have done lots of Margarete Miller collages. I feel quite happy with this one, but obviously I'm a novice and I'm still learning, but I do hope you like it. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I do hope you will join me again next week. Thank you, everybody. Bye.